time off. And how excited are you at the squad that you're going to have available for you this weekend?
Yeah, the last 2 days have been really brilliant. I think from an academy perspective, if you went up and watched training today and yesterday, in terms of development tool, we've had 15 odd players that are going to be in and around the squad for the weekend from our academy structure, both past and present. But also as well, we've had our under-18 squad in training against the first team. So from that perspective, these 2 days have been really excited, and we're looking forward to Saturday. We know it's going to be a hell of a challenge. In the press, they've talked about that they're going to revert back and go close to full strength. And from that perspective, we've talked about it today and yesterday. That it's going to be a hell of a challenge for us, but one that we're really looking forward to getting stuck into. Indeed,
and you look at the players that have come up through the ranks in the last few weeks and months. Thinking particularly about players like Toby Salmon and something like that, scored at Newcastle, has had a couple of replacement goes off the bench, in the Champions Cup against Glasgow and Montpellier. And how important for a player like him is this tournament to start for the Chiefs and further impress in that kind of for a full 80 minutes?
Yeah, we talked about his coaching staff on Monday when we got back together after the weekend, and the Glasgow result wasn't what we wanted it to be in terms of where we are as a squad. So for Toby and for all those players, it gives them an opportunity to really state a claim and to push where they've been playing at the moment. Tobes has had some real good performances off the bench. He's a big physical player, and from that perspective, he'll look to back that up this weekend, along with quite a few other players that are in and around it. Tom Hendrickson was on the bench at the weekend, didn't get on, but he'll be featuring, and in the next couple of weeks, Ollie Devoto will be back and up and running. So it gives an opportunity for those guys who are playing well to put another performance in, but also gives us a chance to throw some of those academy players in and some of those younger players and give them real experience.
Whilst that's great, how difficult for you is it as a coach trying to mix that up? Because you'll have players that are very inexperienced, with players who are coming back from injury, with players who are experienced but are perhaps just a little bit out of favour at the moment.
I think it's been a real strength of our structure as a club. I think if you play in the first team, or you playing our under 15 side or under 16s or under 18s, we tend to run the same structures and same principles. So from that perspective, when players from say outside of our senior squad come in, it's not too much of a transition. And our strength over the 6-7 years that we've been in the Premiership has been that those young academy players are always welcome and brought in, and the senior guys look after them. So from that perspective, these 2 days have been really good just to get those guys in, and we've got some different structures we're looking at playing, which is competition allows us to do. But the senior guys have been brilliant. Like Kai Horseman's going to lead the side at the weekend, and he's always been one of those players that the younger guys look up to. So to have him in there and a few other sprinkle of those senior players will really help them.
With the Champions Cup, sadly, a memory until next season now. Does the Anglo-Welsh take on slightly added significance?
No, not really. I think we've always put a big emphasis on this competition. I think when we came in year one in the Premiership to now, we've always said whatever competition we've been in, that we're going to attack it and really go after it, and nothing changes. So I think coming out of the Champions Cup, is a big thing, obviously, because we wanted to be in those knockout stages. But it'll be the same emphasis this weekend as we would if we were still in it. We're going to attack the game. We're top of the league at the minute with Sale and Quinn's really chasing us down, so we know we've got to perform at the weekend. We know we've got to get a result because they're chasing us down. So from that perspective, we've talked about these next 2 weeks being really big weeks, both for the club and for the group of players, and what they can achieve together, but also what they can achieve individually in terms of, like you talked earlier about that selection and pushing forward.